Ah, live, motherfucker.
Yo, hello.
Hi. Fancy seeing
Welcome
you
back to
here.
Naughty Boy. I know, right? It's weird to see you at Naughty Boy Fight Picks. Fight night, Prague, 145. Blachowicz versus Santos.
Yeah, that's what it is. Where's Prague? Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, I've been there.
Have ya? What'd you do? What was your favorite thing about Prague?
Man, this is so easy. I went on a boat with a couple of friends and we ordered shrimp and champagne and drank it on a boat.
Was it Cain Velasquez's boat?
Nah, it was bigger than his boat,
Oh, damn.
and it was, and the hull wasn't broken.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Ah, well.
you
Ah,
know,
well.
Velasquez's boat has a leaky hull.
Yeah. He just stuffs it full of Monster Energy cans to stop the water coming in.
Yeah, I think next year when the podcast is all glamorous and loved by all and
Like,
bringing in a lot of income,
not like this.
we'll yeah we'll use the money to do things like go to UFC Prague.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm keen to
Yeah.
go Czechoslovakia. I heard it's real nice this time of year.
I'd love to Czechoslovakia it out.
And I'm your co-host, Evan Tanner.
Evan Tanner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rest in peace.
Um,
Heaven
I'm,
mustn't have had enough angels.
nah, I'm just trying to find my notes here. Oh, here they are. Um, what's going on? So we got our faces back. We got heaps of lovely feedback during the week. We're not gonna forget comments this week. We'll do the comments, eh? Um,
Yeah,
what else?
there's a fly in
Oh,
your face.
motherfuck! There's so much flies in this house, man. We're gonna fucking thing to kill them.
A frog.
Yeah, we're gonna put a frog inside the house.
Yeah.
Um, I may or may not do my picks and predictions video this week. If I do, it'll be tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. But we got this Naughty Boy Fight Picks episode. I believe this is 3.
Yeah.
That'll do.
What language do
Um,
they speak in Czechoslovakia? Do they speak Czechoslovakian?
fuck, that's a good question.
Thanks.
I can't remember because I was just there speaking hella English to
Yeah.
everyone.
All right. Well, we digress.
Yeah, I guess they must speak Czech or something.
Yeah.
Everyone's just walking around and they're like, this is chess, not checkers.
Ah, well.
Motherfucker.
Ooh.
Before we get into the main card,
Yeah.
have you seen a bunch of people talking about the Kane and Francis fight and just being adamant that Francis didn't hit him?
What did his head just rock back of its own accord?
Yeah, he flung his head back and then dropped and popped his knee out just by himself.
Wow, what a guy.
The strangest thing to me is like, so for about 2 or 3 years, we've been bombarded with, oh, Francis Ngannou, the force of his punch is like being hit by a Ford Escort, etc., etc. And then all of a sudden, people don't believe he can generate power in about like a 6-inch uppercut. And it's like,
MMA casuals always got to have an opinion, eh?
yeah. I just wonder, it's like, if it was just Kane's knee, why was he like hugging the referee's ankles on the floor?
Yeah, because he's got something about feet.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, fucking dicks.
Interesting.
Or MMA casuals always got to have an opinion. That's their
Yeah, I
problem.
get it. People love Kane, and I love Kane as well, but he got finished in that fight. And
Yep.
I think injury was a factor, but he did get punched.
Yes.
Alright, should we get into this card, another 6-fight main card? I wish they'd stop doing this, it's too much work for us.
Too much, eh? And
Yeah.
how are we going to pronounce all these goddamn names?
Oh, we're gonna fuck them up, something shocking. I
Yeah.
think I got a bit of a clue on most of them.
Yeah, the
Uh,
undercard's far trickier. There's about
Man,
372 consonants and one vowel in the
yeah.
entire card.
I'll tell you what, I can say John Dodson and pronounce it perfectly as many times as you want me to.
I can say Peter Yan.
Yeah, but that might not. Remember how they were saying like Petra or some shit?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Let's just call him Big Chooch.
Big Chooch, eh? Oh, fuck, he might make a guest appearance soon. He's looking pretty filthy. He got into the veggie patch last night.
Man, you should
Took a shit on the basil.
Can you make an intro for this video where you're interviewing Peter Yan, aka your French Bulldog?
Yeah, I might give it a crack.
Yeah, awesome. Alright, let's get into the first fight of this card. It is Magomed Ankalaev out of Russia versus Klidson the Brew. Ankalaev 10-1, the Brew 14-2. I've got some more info somewhere. Where is it? Okay. Ankalaev, he was unbeaten until he got that, Paul Craig got that, like, last 10-second submission on him.
Yep.
In a fight he was clearly winning. Came back and looked good against Prashnio. Got a KO win there.
He beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he really did. His last 4 wins all been by KO. He's super calm and composed in there, real slick countering. Precise with his striking, takes his time and picks his spots well, I think. The Brew, making his UFC debut, submission specialist. 10 of his wins are by submission. He's subbed his last 5 opponents. His 2 losses are both by KO. And he's got like a bit of, from what I saw, a bit of a power striking game, but it's a little sloppy and telegraphed, and he tends to kind of lunge in with big wild shots. And yeah, what are you thinking, Matty?
Well, it's interesting. Both of them are coming from. So Abreu's obviously he's Brazilian, but he's coming from the M1 promotion, which is a really high caliber. So whenever we see guys come across from M1 and that they've had success over there, you can put some faith in their record, and like you can go back the last 5 or so fights and know that they had tough matchups, eh? And you know, you could say the same for Magomedov. He's come off that Chechenian promotion. I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, WCFA, I think. Like that. That's pretty legit as well. Abreu, he's like a southpaw. He does throw some big power strikes, but after he throws them, he's so open to the counter. He tends to lean in to the inside, which makes him really susceptible to anything straight coming back at him, especially when you've got a southpaw versus southpaw matchup like this. And when you look at Magomedov's last fight, he starched, what's that bloke's name, Marcin, coming in with a lead hook and then just fucking threw a incredible high kick up, which got there faster than a Tesla gets from 0 to 60. You know, it was pretty impressive. Abreu kicks without setting his shots up, and I think that's going to be really dangerous against Magomedov. I think they would have watched that, and they'll be ready to kind of take that on. And while he is a submission, specialist, he hasn't got very good wrestling. So I watched his last 2 fights. He's quite sloppy in getting it to the ground. He tends to favour pulling guard and then attacking off his back. Interesting. He's been to the 3rd round 3 times in his career, but he's actually never been to decision in his entire fight history. Yeah.
He another point about Abreu, he appears to slow quite rapidly in a fight too. So if this fight goes any sort of distance, from what I've seen at Ankalaev, he can fight hard for 3 rounds. If it makes it to the 2nd and Abreu is slowing, he is likely to get pieced up real bad. Yeah, I think just stylistically, this matches up real well for Ankalaev, a guy that lunges in when you're a really precise and composed counterpuncher.
Yeah,
Looks pretty good for you, and
yeah,
I think he's going to KO.
yeah. I think he's going to KO, man. I reckon. Like Bruce's pretty tough though, man. He's been dropped quite a few times in his last fights with big shots, and he'll just kind of sit on his back and look to play guard, but no one wants to jump in there, and he tends to get by a bit of recovery time in there. But yeah, man, I reckon Magomedov's going to put it away in the probably second round TKO.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. Moving on then. Fucking John Dodson versus Big Chooch, Peter Yan.
Yeah.
Dodson with a record of 21-10. Peter Yan 10-1. Peter Yan, obviously, coming off that big win against Douglas, De Silva, Andrade. That was a real good one, I thought. Prior to that, in his debut, just came out and, like, the quickness with which he was going to beat Teruto Ishihara, but he came out and just, like, started beating him from the very beginning of the fight. And his debut, it was quite impressive. And then, of course, had that second win. I forget who that was against. But Jan's fucking exciting, and I love to watch him fight. What is interesting about this is Dodson is hard to look good against.
Yeah.
And I pretty strongly favour Jan here, but I'm just wondering how this fight is going to look, because Dodson is fucking frustrating to watch, and
he is, man. He is. I think that the matchmakers have made this is a pretty smart matchup, because it's going to be really interesting stylistically. You know, Peter Yan, like another guy coming off one of those Slavic promotions. I think he was an ACB champion, and 6-fight win streak. In fact, the last time when I was researching him last night, the last time he actually lost, you have to go back to 2016, where for those of you who are invested in the Muay Thai world, he lost a split decision to the former WMC world champion Magomed Magomedov, who's just an absolute killer.
Yeah.
And that was a split decision that was fought on the feet, which then is testament to Peter Yan's capacity to fight on the feet if he's going split decision against a guy of that caliber, eh? Yeah, man. And wasn't his Peter Yan's last fight against Andrade where they threw the towel in? Everybody's favourite steroid cheat, Andrade, aka Davy Crockett. And he's a fucking dangerous guy, and like to get the corner throwing the towel like come second round, that's pretty impressive, eh?
I remember. I think, did we watch that together? I remember
it was the New Year's Eve card.
Yeah, just after that, just being like, holy fuck, Peter Yan is such a beast.
Yeah.
The thing. So do you remember? Because recently, Rivera beat Dodson.
Yeah.
And it was a comfortable, but not like a huge win. I think Yan might have better boxing and pressure than Rivera.
Yeah, well, Dodson's losses, if you go back, he loses to good people who are good with their hands. Jimmy Rivera, Moraes, Lineker, they're all the recent losses. But in saying that, he's never been finished. Dodson's never been finished in his career. Like, he's tough as fuck. I think one of the advantages John Dodson has in his arsenal is exceptional speed, but also he's able to. He's a fast and accurate kicker, and I think that's what you have to do against a guy like Peter Yan. Interestingly, unless he's fixed this, he plays like a Muay Thai style check, where he actually lifts his leg right up, and kicking kind of freezes him. So kicking stops him coming forward, And Dodson, while he's predominantly southpaw, when he switches, he throws a really hard high kick, and I think that will freeze Rivera. So I think, that's kind of going to be the key for Dodson is to put some pressure on Yan, low kick a lot, But then in saying that, that's not really Dodson's game, is it? He's not a pressure fighter. He prefers to stay on the outside and blitz. But yeah, I kind of feel like Dodson might need to kind of start taking this fight down to the ground, and I reckon that will come off freezing Jan with a kick and then following through with the takedown.
I wonder, it'd be interesting to see Dodson's approach here, because more and more so recently, he's just gone to that circle to the right, just double, triple up the jab and look for the big left hand, and then occasionally blitz. And it's just been that for like round after round after round.
Yeah.
I don't think that wins him this fight here.
Well, if he is choosing to circle to the right, there's something that Peter Yan does that's going to give him a real surprise, and that Peter Yan switches all the time, right? Like from Southpaw Orthodox constantly. But when he goes Southpaw, he'll always kick. So he goes Southpaw and he throws a huge liver kick. And that's a really good way to stop someone circling right. And I think that will give Dodson some trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be, interesting, real interesting matchup for a hot prospect, because, Dodson can make guys not look great even when they're beating him. I expect Yan to win. I don't expect him to finish Dodson, but fuck, it would be great if he did finish a notable fighter who'd never been finished. So I'm going Yan by decision here.
Yeah, I'm going Yan by decision. I don't think it'll be an easy win by any means. I reckon Dodson's actually going to take him down a couple of times in this fight. And Yan will have to work hard to get up off his back, but I think Yan will win the rounds in the standing exchanges. I just think stylistically, the odds are too heavily in his favour, and Dodson's tools aren't really going to measure up.
Yeah. Cool.
Go the boy.
Can't wait for that fight.
Young Petar Yan.
Yeah. Just when you think, each week it seems you get an amazing bantamweight fight or two, and then you're looking at the next card and you're like, oh fuck, Peter Yan's fighting again. Like, that division's insane, man.
Yeah.
Next fight of the night, ranked 125ers, whatever that means.
Sorry.
Just when you thought Uriah Faber had retired, but he hasn't. He's come back to us in the form of Liz Carmouche, fighting Lucy Pudilova, who's fighting at home. Interestingly,
I'll be honest. I'm excited to see her fight again. Can you remember her fight against that crazy Mexican chick? It was a barn burner, Irene something.
Oh, what's it?
Aldana.
Irene Aldana.
That was a crazy fight.
I forgot that was Pudilova.
Yeah, she's fucking super tough, man. She's super tough, like that like really nice striking too. And it was I can remember it was a bit of a bloodbath. I can't remember which way that one went though.
It went to Aldana. She used better footwork and angles, and that kind of won it for her. Pudilova just came straight forward. She
loves to give one back, eh? Like if she takes one, she's like really intent on getting it back. What I remember about her from that fight, she's got really quick hands, especially a jab, and she uses her jab to set up a big right hand, and it's hard, and she can kick after it too. And I think that's going to be too much for Carmouche, eh? Like she's a different beast than when she fought, like the likes of Miesha Tate, which I'm pretty sure she lost, but she took it pretty close, and like Rousey, that was a long time ago now. I think that's probably like 2013, 2014 that she was having those fights. In fact, I can't remember the last time I think she beat some like nobody debutant in her last fight, but the last time I actually saw her fight was on EBI. She had a special fight there against one of the MMA Lab girls.
Oh, yeah.
What's her fucking name? Maria Henderson.
Right. So Carmouche came down to 125 recently, and she fought. I'm just bringing this up, and I think Pudilova is coming down to 125 for this fight for the first time.
Yeah.
Or at least in her UFC career, anyway. Yeah, Carmouche came down to 125, beat Jennifer Meyer in a unanimous decision. Prior to that, she lost a split to Alexis Davis.
And she
Um,
fought her twice. I remember she fought her ages ago too.
yeah, recent man. It's so often with a lot of these fights is just up and down records, and it's hard to really like get a good read on where the fighter's gonna be by looking at their recent record. It doesn't really tell you
Huh.
too much because
With Carmouche, like she's not a real submission threat. Even though I watched her in ABI, because she's from 10th Planet, I'm pretty sure 10th Planet Freaks, which is pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Like they've got some pretty crazy submissions, but I don't really remember her threatening too much with anything in the UFC realm. I'm pretty sure she won that ABI match by toe hold or heel hook or something. But so you would imagine that she'll try and fight this standing. She has got a tendency to push people up against the cage, and she can wrestle quite well there.
yeah,
But in saying that, Carmouche is really susceptible to leg kicks. I think the speed advantage that's possessed by Padialova will really tell in this fight, and maybe the hometown advantage is something to consider as well.
yeah. Podolova's got a bit of height and reach on her, which could be helpful. Yeah, fuck, I'm not really too sure which way to go on this one. Because I'm not sure what, oh yeah, Podolova's got good, statistically, she's got good, takedown defense.
Yeah,
Uh, shit.
I think that relentless pressure coming forward, I think it's going to wear down Carmouche, man. Like, what's she, 36, 37? Like, she's been around a long time. She's slowed down. I think you'll see Padialova coming out low kicking and using her jab, and that right hand might be a bit of a weapon in this fight.
Yeah. Just in the interest of the fight I want to see, I'm going to pick Podolova by decision.
I'm with you there, brother.
Alright. That's us. On to the next. This is fucking. Why is Jean Vellante still on main cards?
He's
He's
lost 3 out of his last 5.
Yeah. He's good friends with Dana, right?
Oh, there you go. They're from the same part of town, true?
Nah, because Jean's from New York.
Well,
Pal.
he's lost 3 out of his last 5, and his last win was his last fight versus the red-headed rat rooter, king of the tribal tat, Ed Sherman, who's not exactly the world's most fucking accomplished fighter, and I'm pretty sure it went to the wire, eh?
Yeah, and before that, a loss versus Sam Alvey, was it?
So he's just fighting redheads.
Yeah, and now he's got a guy with normal coloured hair, and he could be in trouble.
Yeah, wow.
Louis just laughing over there. But the point you make about Jean Vellante going to like close decisions, and this is a big thing that stuck out for me about this fight. It's like I don't know if Vellante gives that much of a fuck. Or he definitely doesn't. He doesn't appear to be real driven to win, and I think he's going to be against a younger, more skilled, hungrier opponent here, who will really want to win this fight. And if it does get close, he will push and make shit happen. Where Jean Vellante will be like, "Oh, it's cool. I'll probably end up in a co-main event on UFC West Bubble fuck soon."
Well, the thing, yeah, and you kind of hit the nail on the head. John Vellante always starts out with a lot of pressure and throwing hard, but he never sustains it. He gasses himself out through that process. That involves not setting up shots. It involves, as the fight goes on, relying on his chin for his defense.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to say this motherfucker's name, but it starts with an O and ends with a K.
Oleg Jacek.
Can we call him something else? M.O.? Lord. Lord's his middle name. His fight name? What?
Macau.
Can you remember his fight versus Khalil Roundtree?
Yeah.
It was fucking... Like, he looked super good in that fight.
He looked great, man.
It's
And
huh?
huh?
What can't?
What you can't. On debut, young dude against a pretty powerful and somewhat scary striker in Khalil who came out blasting at him,
Yep.
and he just weathered those storms with heaps of composure. And he like, as soon as he saw Khalil like had blown his wad, he'd just go in and like real composed still. He wasn't trying to fucking like slaughter him immediately. He just
Yeah.
kept putting it on him, putting it on him, putting it on him. And I think like Volante. When was the last time Volante knocked someone out?
Ages ago. Like he came into the
Uh,
UFC and knocked a few people out, but then like since then it hasn't really got it done. Probably a lot of decisions.
he's had one finish in his last 7.
There you go.
Yeah.
That
So
fo-
he
that
ain't,
what can't?
huh? He ain't gonna knock this Polish kid out.
No.
And this Polish kid, if he doesn't knock Jean out, he's definitely going to out-volume him, out-technique him, and yeah.
Well, what was the last fight of no contest against Khalil? He must have tested positive for something. It can't have been fucking any steroids because he's got zero muscle definition.
Yeah, he popped for what's those, like a estrogen blocker type thing?
Fuck. Because he's got literally, he doesn't like strike you as someone that's cheating in any way, shape, or form.
Nah, and he's small for a 205er as well.
He is small, He is small. He's got, I guess what he's got going against him and going for him, sorry, is he's just got legitimate KO power, which if he gets in the pocket with Volante early, which you'd imagine they'd both be pretty willing to do, he's got a chance of like really hurting Volante. But I think more so, like you said, it's his ability to kind of persevere and keep the pace on. And then, like he did with Khalil, is to mix those takedowns in late because he actually had some really nice wrestling in that fight. Khalil's not the hardest guy to take down, but I think you mix it through. And yeah, judging by the way that John kind of wears down, I think you might see a TKO maybe in the 3rd round.
Yeah. I'm picking what do I have here.
What do you have
I'm going
there?
decision. I'm going Mikhail Oleg Jacek by decision.
All right.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a finish.
Yeah. If he does, I think it'll come late. Volante is tough.
Someone needs to fucking wipe the floor for him so we ain't ever got to see him in a main card, let alone just a card in general again. I'm sick of this prick.
Fucking shit-eating wild man.
Fuck out of here, Volante. I guess at least he brings the cool corner of Matt Serra and Ray Longo. That's something.
Hey, I don't mean to alarm you, but there's been an art theft behind you. Someone appears to have stolen a painting off the wall.
The fuck.
Shit.
I read a Dr. Seuss book about this incident.
It was the portrait of Justin Gagey.
Oh, I need that back.
Yeah, thanks.
Next fight of the night. It's the bro.
Stefan Struve, aka Steffi Longshadow, aka Top Shelf.
Are you looking at his picture?
Yeah, aka Long Way Down. aka How's the View?
Versus, we met a guy who was 7 foot yesterday.
Fuck. He was so goddamn tall.
Imagine trying to fight someone that tall.
aka Timber.
I don't care if it's fucking if it's Stefan Struve, it's still going to be hard. Struve meeting Marcos Rogerio de Lima here. De Lima, former 205er, wasn't really up to fuck all at 205. He's done some things. He's been around a while. Came up to heavyweight for his last fight. I picked him against that tall Polish fella.
Wozniak Czechniak or some shit.
Vizarek.
Yeah.
And I expected Marcos to knock him out. but he actually ended up wrestling him and pinning him down and getting an easy decision. It was real one-sided.
Which is crazy, right? Because he's a super accomplished submission artist.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Really high level.
Yeah, and DeLima sat in his guard for most of the fight.
And DeLima's been submitted quite a few times on his record. Like, he's been susceptible to that in the past. So.
Yeah, which gives me some faith here, because I think the majority of Struve's finishes have come by submission. And I feel like perhaps Vizarek might have been more of a submission threat than Struve is.
But also a big, long, tall guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm fancying DeLima here again over Struve. What the fuck is it? Why is Struve's only 31? It's hard to.
I can't.
It's easy to think.
Why is our co-main event a guy who's lost 6 out of his last 9 fights, including his last 3 fights?
UFC Prague.
Timber.
Yeah, man. That'll be difficult when we are traveling, like when we pick a cool place to go watch the UFC, but the card hasn't been revealed yet. And then we're all excited, we got our tickets, and then they announce co-main event, and it's Stefan Struve, and you're like, oh, wow. They're like, oh, at least there'll be some other good fights on the main card, and then you get fucking Jean Volante.
Well, fuck it, I think Marcos might provide a dilemma for Stefan Struve.
Oh, he should come out. He should come out to Dilemma by what's her name, Kelly Rowland and Nelly.
Yeah, he shouldn't, but he should. He's a guy who likes to push people back and pressure them, and then let his hands go. And when he does, man, he's got some fucking serious power. And
yeah,
that's Stefan Struve's kryptonite, is getting his jaw broken against the fence when he gets backed up on it.
Yeah, and DeLima's favorite punch is the precise punch you knock out tall guys with.
Yep.
This big loopy overhand right.
Man, I think we both know which way this is going to go. Stefan Struve's going to go on to pick up his 4th loss in a row via KO, via the man Marcos Rogelio, the Dilemma.
Yeah. Yeah, Struve's been knocked out 7 times. I think this is going to be the 8th.
He still isn't recovered from that Mark Hunt knockout, I don't think.
Hell no.
Fuck.
Rest in peace, Stefan Struve.
Yeah. They're going to have to dig a big-ass grave.
I hope you and James Vick find happiness together.
Oh, well.
Oh, earthworm Jim ass. Main event. This is interesting.
Hey, this is a good fight.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty excited to see this. Number 4th ranked Jan Blachowicz, another Polak, versus Thiago Santos.
Shit-eating maniac.
Thiago has looked good at light heavyweight. Well, good as in he appears to be able to take a punch at light heavy.
Yeah.
He appears to be able to fight like a maniac for a pretty prolonged amount of time.
Yeah, he can. Thiago, aka what the fuck was that, Santos? He's got some pretty wild shit, but on the same token, he can fight a technical fight too. I'm trying to remember who he fought. He fought recently and had a really good. It was the NFL guy. What the fuck's his name? The southpaw with the good left.
Eric Anders.
Eric Anders, yeah. He had that was a pretty technical matchup, bro. Like both guys got kind of power in their hands, but that they ended up in a pretty technical back and forth. What Thiago Santos? He's southpaw, isn't he? Yeah, he's a guy who tends to stand southpaw. Fuck, there's so many southpaws on this card. I'm not sure if you noticed. There's a whole shit ton of them. But he's a guy who likes to kind of move laterally on the outside, and then he'll lunge in with that left hand from southpaw, and sometimes then he switch back to orthodox. And as Peter Yan does when he switches, Santos will throw really hard kicks and big long hooks from orthodox. I think with a guy like Jan or Jan. How do you say his name? Blachowicz, Jan.
Fuck, I don't know.
He's got solid defense from the outside in terms of his capacity to defend boxing, and loves to counter back with that kind of lead uppercut, and then bring in a combo behind it.
Yeah.
And like in the past, like Jan's kryptonite hasn't been good strikers; it's been good wrestlers. You know, guys that can take him down, i.e. Patrick Cummings, who I think kind of beat him with the wrestling, but on the feet, he's able to match it with some big guys, and I think you'd have to go back a long time to find a time where Jan was finished by strikes.
Yeah, I'm having difficulty picking this fight. There's a real contrast of styles. A pretty kind of like measured, technical guy versus just a maniac. My heart really wants Thiago to get a win here. I love him and his big hammer tattoo, and that he has a charity that he funds with his own money for street kids in Rio.
I'll tell you what I reckon's going to happen, right?
Go, tell me.
Well, Santos, where's he dangerous? He's dangerous on the outside at his range, at kicking range, and he can still punch you from kicking range. I think where Jan's really good is in putting some pressure on people and getting inside the pocket and boxing from there. And I don't think Santos can hit you when you're inside that space. So I think because his style requires distance, right? So I think Jan will look to keep the range close, do a bit of dirty boxing. He'll look to grapple and wear Santos down early. Remember, this is over 5 rounds, and he's got the opportunity to wear him down and come home strong. I like Jan in this fight. I don't think this fight suits Thiago Santos, although I'm with you. I've got a preference for seeing Santos win, but I think Jan's got the tools to deal with Santos on the inside.
So Jan has had some issues with his gas tank in the past, and he likes a slower pace. I think if Thiago can make things crazy early on, that might be his opportunity. If he can just freak Jan out and get him to gas, I think he can last longer in that sort of fight, in a high-paced, crazy fight. And there could be opportunity there for him.
Do you think you can fight like Thiago Santos for 5 rounds, though?
Nah.
Yeah, it's like, what happens to Thiago after the 3rd round? Like, what happens then, you know?
Well, I mean, like, he can, but I guess what happens in those fights is he tends to outlast the other guy, because it's frenetic for them as well.
If they exchange, if they, like, buy into that kind of exchange of just fucking wild shit.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I reckon it's a good matchup, and it's going to go one of 2 ways, I reckon. I reckon Thiago's going to knock Jan out, like, in the 1st or 2nd round, or I reckon Jan's going to take it deep and outpoint him. Because I reckon he does outpoint him any day of the week, but, you know, there's always that risk of getting fucking left-handed hammered.
Yeah. I'm backing my boy here. I'm going Thiago by 2nd or 3rd round finish.
Yeah.
That's me.
I'm going... Fuck, man. I don't know. I'm going Jan by decision.
Alright. Excellent. Let's see what happens.
Alright.
With that, we move on to... What do we got here? I got a little schedule written up. Anything on the undercard you're looking forward to, Matt?
Nope.
What is it? There's a good fight there.
There's a couple good ones. I'm being facetious.
Marco Polo Reyes versus Damir Hadzovic.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. I'm
looking forward to the commentators trying to pronounce everybody's names.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing Chris Fishgold steamroll Tamor.
Same.
There's some things. Alright. What do we got here? This week's Fuck Your Face Up.
Tamor.
For sure, Tamor. Here's he had some tough competition, and John Dodson and a shit-eating grin.
Fuck
But yeah,
idiot.
Tamor
Tamor looks like a gypsy, and he looks like the UFC should pay him in traveller's checks.
He also looks like a guy that comes up to you in the smoking area and asks you if you can get him cocaine.
Tamor looks like he would try and sell you your own used car.
Hell yeah.
He looks like the guy at a party that nobody knows. And he also looks like somebody that owns a Rohypnol.
For sure.
You know what else he looks like?
What?
One of those upside down chin heads.
Oh, yeah. Very much so. That's an astute observation.
Thanks.
Both the Tamor brothers fucked me off with their stupid heads, and I think they're both a bit overrated as well. Particularly this one, the younger Tamor. Oh, someone's trying to fucking call me. Never mind, they can wait.
Tamor looks like he likes drum and bass, but also like he smokes bass.
Yeah.
Both
those.
He looks like a 14-year-old with a beard. He looks like someone who tells your dad he knows Taekwondo.
You know what school he'd go to if he lived in Victoria, eh?
Oh yeah. Tamor looks like he owns Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh man.
Tamor looks like he's from a Magic the Gathering card.
Fuck.
I haven't got anything else. Yeah,
okay.
Fuck your face up, Tamor.
That's a good run.
Thanks.
Just quickly, I'll go over my bits for this week. What do we got here? I went off the page, but I've got in a somewhat dicey one. Oh no, not that dicey. I got 4 units on De Lima to beat Struve.
Yep. Safe bet.
Yeah, I think so. He's paying like about $1.80 or something, if I recall correctly. And then I have, at present, I'm going to play some more bets later, so check back if you're interested. I've got Fish Gold and Yarn parlay together, 5 units on that. And I've got Damir Ismagulov and Mikhail Jacek parlay together, 4 units on that. But I'm going to play some other ones later on.
Are you going to timestamp this?
Fuck no. Fuck timestamps.
I use regular stamps.
Back on the winning track. 2 events in a row. We're on the green. I'm feeling good. Let's get some money.
Money.
Comments. Let's go through some comments, which we always promise we'll do and then forget.
Hey, why not? Like, we're here.
Yeah. Someone liked my lamp, which is actually your lamp.
Which lamp?
The horse one, I believe they're talking about.
Ah, yeah. Alright. It's a good comment. I like it too.
Yeah, bet.
I like lamp.
Offensive Sock says, bring back your beautiful faces. There it is. Just for you. The bro Ezekiel says, I enjoy listening to you guys more than any of the other MMA guys, Shaw, Brogan, Luke Thomas, etc.
Thanks. Fuck. Shorb. Does anyone like listening to Shorb though? Like, is this an underhanded comment? I appreciate it, man. That's really nice. I like listening to us too.
It's super nice. And I would have thought that if he just said Shorb, but he also says Luke Thomas, who's really good. So. And some other guys chimed in there too, saying echoing that sentiment. So thanks so much. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. We do our best.
Jason Perry enjoyed your joke about Kane owning a boat.
Same. It was a good joke.
Alright, we've got a long one here from the bro Shake. He's like, how shit was Bellator? Fuck me. Why do they have so many washed up 40-year-olds? Big fat country, you cunt. If you don't succeed shooting your first 3,000 takedowns, maybe try something else, you fucking double bludger. And don't get me started on that main event. Jesus Christ, if both fighters can walk away after 5 rounds and neither of them even have a bruise, Jesus, get fucked. Can't tell already I hate Bellator and fuck 50 Cent. On another note, ESPN 1 was okay. A couple good fights, couple not so good. As soon as Velasquez started throwing ballerina kicks like some sort of African gazelle, I knew we were in for a quick fight. Only Fadim he seemed to blow a knee. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I agree. Like it was just kind of a rhetorical statement, really.
Yeah. Our friend Maze Chaser says, rad to see Philly get the win. I was going to mention he switched camps and has been training under Kieran Fitzgibbons at CSA in California. Some of the best strikers, in my opinion, fight out of that gym. Eddie Abasolo, Kevin Ross, Gaston Bolanos, to name a few. Just rad to see him listen to his coach and get the win.
Do you know what's crazy about that? Because I agree. And that gym, so they are pumping out some dudes. There's a Kiwi chick over there, Janae Fabian or whatever her name is, Janae Fabian or something. But
yeah,
I watched that guy hit pads. So I follow a lot of coaches on Instagram and Facebook and try and learn little techniques. But he does something when he's holding pads. He shortens up all his fighters' punches. So maybe have a look.
Yeah.
They're not getting any full extensions. But what the fuck do I know? Because everyone's winning, and there was a certain noticeable difference to Philly. I guess it was more discipline and consistency. But yeah, they're doing something right over there. But when you watch them hold pads, I'm like, fuck, man, he's just shortening all his guys and girls up. Can we just shout out Maze Chaser quickly?
Yeah.
So if you're on Instagram, jump on and follow this dude, Maze Chaser, MAZECHASER. That's his handle. It's a brand. It's his own brand. He does fight illustrations for promotions and clothing out of Venice, California, and his shit's fucking sick, man. Like some of the drawings and stuff he's done are like top notch. So yeah, we're looking forward to following and seeing more out of this dude. And thanks for following us, my G.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's really cool work.
Yeah.
Oh. Our final comment. Green Skyline says, Louis started the podcast with the intention to evolve his talking in front of people. Ended up having one of my favorite MMA podcasts. You 100% achieve your goal, don't you think? Props to both you. Greetings from Germany. Bittersheim.
Yep. Hi. I don't know any German.
But it was interesting because I woke up and I was thinking about this. I was like, I started the podcast and like one of the things I was trying to achieve was getting comfortable speaking in front of the camera and shit, which has definitely happened, and which also makes me think I want to go back and delete the first couple because, man, they were so bad. Like, I was actually nervous sitting there.
Yeah, I remember watching them. You didn't look that nervous.
I felt nervous. So thanks, Green Skyline. Nice reminder of that. Love your country of Germany.
I love Germany. Great country.
We'll be out there.
Rich
we'll be
history.
Out there next year to see Jean Volante versus Stefan Struve versus I don't know, some other guy.
Some fucking
Alex
jerk.
Caceres.
There's no Germans in the UFC, is there?
Yeah, Nick Hine.
Oh yeah, I like Nick Hine.
And there's that young guy too who looks like Calvin Gastelum.
Just less staff.
Yeah.
Shout out to Israel Asanya's post over the weekend saying that he's ready for whatever Gastelum has to throw at him. Staff, ringworm, takedowns.
Oh yeah. I saw that. Alright. Which brings us to some things. GSP retired this morning.
He did. Goodbye, my sweet prince. Travel
Later.
safe.
Most pleased about this, but I don't know if it's going to fix my problem, which is people talking about potential matchups between GSP with Habib, with Conor McGregor, with Anderson Silva. I don't give a fuck. Those people have other people to fight. What about Tony Ferguson?
Yeah. What about people who have actually earned it in recent history?
Yeah, who are active. Fuck all that talking, man. Habib really wants that fight, obviously, And I think it's because his dad wanted him to have it to prove he's the best. And so tell your dad to fucking shut up.
Tell your dad just to take a step back into the fucking 20th century. Shout out to Kazakhstan.
Yeah. But yeah, GSP. My memories of GSP. I hated him at first. This is my early days of watching UFC, and then I hate. This is how it usually works for me. Is like, in order for me to like a guy, they got to beat up a guy I hate more. So then he gets matched up with Josh Koscheck, and I was like, oh fuck. Well, I hate Josh Koscheck more than anyone in the world. So GSP's my man now.
Yeah.
And he jabbed the fuck out of his face for the entire fight, and I was like, alright, GSP's my boy now.
My favourite memory of GSP was when my wife bought $1,000 ticket to go see a seminar, and there was just some dude trying to sell them fucking real estate in the Bahamas or something, and GSP had appeared for like 4 minutes.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking GSP's a weird cunt, eh? He's a very weird person.
He's a strange human being.
Yeah. Well, to GSP on behalf of Naughty Boy MMA / Fight Picks, all the best. I hope they're serving a lot of escargot up in MMA heaven or wherever you go when you retire.
Heaven mustn't have had enough angels. There's got to be a heaven for a GSP.
Israel is fighting for the interim title versus Calvin Gastelum at UFC. Is it 237?
Yep.
Undisclosed date. Undisclosed venue and city as of yet. I'm suspecting Vegas, I guess.
It'll be Vegas.
Yeah. But I think the right move by the UFC here. This kind of had to happen. It sounds like Rob's out till the end of the year, so let's fucking go.
I herniated it on the grapevine. Hey.
It's pretty incredible. Israel started in the UFC last February against Razor Rob.
Yep.
Since then, 5 fights in a year, 5 wins. Coming up to UFC 237, he may have gold around his waist after 14 months in the UFC.
Do you know what was fun? When I was in Adelaide and I got on a plane with Robert Whittaker and Israel Asanya, and our flight was delayed and there was hardly anybody in the waiting lounge at the gate, and they both turned up on their own with their headphones on and had to pretend that they hadn't seen each other for about an hour and a half.
So weird.
That was fun. It was also fun when they called out the business class passengers first, and Robert Whittaker got called up and sat in like seat A1, and then Izzy got called up into the cattle class and walked past them to sit at the back. I was like, that's an interesting little dynamic.
Fuck. I don't think Izzy's going to be riding and coach for much longer, or pray already. No.
Where would he put his legs?
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta get put in one of those exit rows, Matty, but with great leg room comes great responsibility.
Yeah. I like it when they ask me if I'm willing and able. I say, look, I'm able, but I ain't willing. I'm saving myself.
In strange news, Anderson Silva has accepted a fight with Jared Cannonier.
What? Why?
Yeah.
It's a stupid... I don't want to see that.
No fucking idea. Like, I thought the only sort of matchups you make for Anderson now with kind of notable names or up-and-comers who have... Yeah, it just seems so strange, but maybe he just wants to fight.
Yeah, Cannonier. Like, Cannonier's just like a... Like, you're looking for the dishwashing brush and you look under the sink and there's like your Jif, your scrubbing brush, your potato peeler, Cannonier. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like a household item. So,
very fucking weird.
Thanks.
And in more exciting and kind of terrifying news, Aldo has said he would like to fight Volkanovski at 237.
Yes, fuck. We said that when we were talking about Volkanovski's last fight, that's the fight. And it's the fight. But who the fuck do we support? I'll be upset either way.
I don't know.
What'd you get there? Okay. What'd you get there? You got a little something off your...
I got a little, rash on the back of my neck.
Probably from all those insects that keep flying around behind you.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Fuck, I was smashing out a PB on my run this morning, and I got back to, the road across from the park, and just all these cars came past at once, and I had to, there was no direction for me to run.
Did you jog on the spot?
Nah. And it fucked up my time.
Oh, what?
Never mind.
You can pause that shit,
Yeah. It requires a lot of effort. I'm running. I'm pouring all my effort into the run,
Run around in circles.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think that still slows you down, though.
No, not if you get that centripetal force up.
Fuck. That brings us to the Naughtiest Boy of the Week segment. Our favourite, your favourite, our dad's favourite.
Your dad's favourite.
Yeah. Louis' favourite. He's over there. He's nodding. He's yeah, definitely my favourite part of the whole
He's just
podcast.
Yeah, that's my favourite. Yeah, are you going to timestamp it?
Yeah, no, get fucked. Did you want to take this away, Matty?
Yeah. Well, look, GSP retired overnight. Did we talk about that?
No, I missed it.
And everyone's bro, Ariel Hawani, the man with the silliest name in fight media, commented, long live the king, which I thought was quite apt. And but Nick Diaz, just sitting somewhere in Vegas, just sipping on Tecate, he's rubbing his feet with CBD moisturizer, or having others do it for him. Just a little bit out of his mind. He got on social media and he said, "Bitch had worse nights out there than I ever did enjoy." Which, look, it's a little bit disrespectful. And then, of course, the casual MMA fans come to the party. UFC fan 42 said, "Nick Diaz, shut up, clown." Followed by XO Otter B said, "Nick Diaz, who hurt you?" Nick Diaz, quote, "Love how these people think they know something about martial arts. Great job leaving a good example, you fake ass little frack boys. You're both the same. Sleep well, I know you will." Is what he wrote.
Wow.
So, Naughtiest Boy of the Week. My vote goes to Nick Diaz for being disrespectful.
And we always say we'll send out a patch, but I would actually send one to Nick.
I would send one to Nick.
I've got 2 left here, and one could definitely go to him. Man, they really know how to hold a grudge, those Diaz brothers, eh?
Fuck. How's our bro Callum Potter had him over to his house? Or was it Nate? I can't remember.
Nate.
They were going out to the Dudagala pub in Newmarket, and Nate had a shower because they'd just been training, and he came out, and Cal had put the UFC on, and one of his fights was coming in, and Cal had this surreal moment where he had Nate Diaz in a towel watching UFC in his house talking about his fights. That's pretty fun, eh?
So fucking good. I'm so incredibly jealous.
Shout out to my new UFC official walkout slides.
Oh yeah, did you guys see them on Instagram? Matty's got some walkout slides. He's going to walk around Torquay Beach in those, and perhaps
I dropped my kid off at school this morning, and a parent said, "Oh, UFC, I love boxing."
Wow. Oh, that McGregor's a beast, eh?
Mate, what? Ooh, though, how do you reckon he'll go against Floyd Mayweather?
Well, I reckon he was winning that fight, mate. I think it was rigged. The referee stopped it early.
If it was more than 4 rounds, he probably would have got him with a head kick.
Yeah, I'd say so. That about wraps it up for us this week. Hope you enjoyed having our faces back. Follow the Instagram, Naughty Boy MMA. Hit me up on Twitter, louknux DTD. The email and all that shit's in the description. I might be back in the next couple of days with picks and predictions. Maddie's got some, I don't know, fishing to do or something, or he's ordering some Thai pads. You have a nice weekend, Maddie.
Hey, you know what?
What?
You only catch fish while you're smiling.